Hi, I'm Greg Schaefer, and today I want to show you how to make a chain whip. Now this kind of whip is ideal for new beginners and people just starting to learn how to use whips. It's durable, it lasts long, it's easy to fix if it breaks, and it's simple to make. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so the materials that we're going to need today, we're going to need 2.5 feet of decorator chain. We're going to need 2.5 feet of handy link chain. We're going to need 3 feet of straight link chain. We're also going to need a lighter, electrical tape, 3 individual 1/8 of an inch quick links. We're going to need a 12-inch threaded rod. We're going to need 2 pliers. We're going to need 3 feet of wire. The wire that I'm using today is off of a horse fence. It's high tension wire. The wire that you use to make the whip, it has to be flexible enough to bend but strong enough to hold onto a chain. And we're also going to need 25 feet worth of paracord. Okay, so we're going to make the handle now. We're going to need our 12-inch threaded rod. We're going to need our wire. We're going to need our electrical tape. And at the very end of making our handle, we're going to need our paracord. What you're going to do is you're going to take your wire and you're going to bend it in half, like I have it here. And we're going to put it around our 12-inch threaded rod. At the very end, where we have the bent piece, or the bend here, we're going to leave a little bit of a gap in between the head of the rod and the bend itself. After you have your wire fastened to your threaded rod, you're going to take the ends, you're going to bend them, so that way they create a loop at the end of the handle. Alright, so here's the inside of our handle itself, with the threaded rod and the wire and the electrical tape and all. Now we should have a single loop at one end right here with our wire, and then at the other end we should have 2 loops, 2 pieces of wire. Now it doesn't matter how you bend the wire around the threaded rod, the only thing that matters is that you have those loops at the ends. Now before we fasten this paracord on here, there's one thing that I suggest, is that on the insides here, underneath the loops, put a little bit of electrical tape just to make it look a little bit nicer. See how I went and put electrical tape on the inside? Alright. Take the end of your handle that has the single loop on it. We're going to thread our paracord through that loop. You want to find a halfway point of your paracord. You want to have an equal amount on each side. And what you're going to do here, find the middle of your paracord so you have an equal length on each side. One second. And we're going to start our weave here. Okay? So it's going to be like a simple cobra weave. Just take one end, goes over top. This other end is going to go underneath here. And then it's going to go through this side. whole lot of paracord. Then we're just going to give it a nice tug here. We're going to make it nice and snug. Alright, so this is what you should have right here. Alright. We've got our first hitch down here with our Cobra weave, and what we're going to do is we're going to follow it all the way from the top down to the bottom. Now for those of you that don't know what a Cobra weave is or haven't worked with paracord or anything, there's videos that you can actually look up online of when people make paracord bracelets and everything. But basically what you want to follow is over, under, and through. Remember, each cord stays on the same side the entire way through. Alright? So the cord that's on top should never be on the bottom, and the cord that's on the bottom should never be on the top. You should be forming a pattern like this. Okay, now that we've got our handle completely wrapped up, it should look like this. What you want to do is you just want to make a knot at the end, inside of these loops here at the end. That way, so the entire braid that you just did stays, it's inside this loop here and inside this loop here. That's so it stays on the handle and it won't slide off or anything. You know, it kind of creates tension between being tied up at this end and this end. What we're going to do now is you're going to just snip these off here. You're going to take your lighter. You're going to burn them down. Smush them. And there is our completed handle.